Tonight, there's new movie news, there's reviews, and there's some updates on interviews too, plus some free stuff to give away. As cinematic class is about to begin and your professor is in. Greetings, salutations, and other sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies. Boy, we got a lot to do tonight. I want to say before we get started, a special hello to all the fine people walking the morning trail. Also, I want to tell you that we have some very exciting and brand new items coming up for you from Outtakes with Rex Reel, and they're coming just in the time for the holiday. Yeah, we're going to have hats and t-shirts, pillows, tote bags, all that good stuff will be coming up, and we'll be highlighting it on some future episodes. You are not going to want to miss that. Now, we have an awful lot of movies to talk about. Even though Hollywood has been on strike seemingly forever, there is a plethora of movies still coming out. And I think before we even get into the reviews, let's give something away. I am literally months ahead on this one. This one doesn't even come out until I believe the middle or the third week of October. But we're going to give you a chance to add it to your home video collection right here, right now. You know, Thailand has been putting out some pretty decent horror flicks, and this one looks particularly ooey-gooey, if I can use the phrase. There are a bunch of people who are quarantining, of course, though they have to now because of viruses, yes, at a Thailand hotel, and suddenly the guests begin to disappear. Well, it's certainly not the virus causing them to disappear, so it doesn't take them too long to figure out there is something else in that hotel that is causing everybody to go poof. The name of the movie is Creepy Crawly, and this looks like one of those movies when you're watching it, you start itching all over yourself because it's creepy. I'm going to give you a chance to add it to your home video collection in the nice deluxe Blu-ray edition. All you need to do is drop me your name and a return address, and I'll send off a copy to you. Why don't we take a look now at Creepy Crawly.
เพื่อความปลอดภัยและการคงไว้ซึ่งมาตรการของรัฐที่ถูกต้องนะครับผมขอต้อนรับทุกท่านในรูปแบบของ social distancing พอพวกท่านได้เข้าห้องพักแล้วห้ามไม่ให้ใครออกจากห้องพักโดยเด็ดขาด
May I come in?
เขาไม่ได้ห้ามให้ออกจากห้องเหรอ
คุณก็กล้าพูดเนาะ
ใครเป็นอะไรตายเหรอ
เราไม่รู้ว่าใครครับน่าจะเป็นฆาตกรรมครับนี่ผมเป็นอะไรต้องกังวลเป็นพิเศษหรือเปล่า
มีคนตายขนาดนี้ยังจะคิดปิดบังความจริงอีกเหรอ
ส่วนฆาตกรเนี่ยมึงยังไม่รู้เลยว่าเป็นใคร
มีใครจะอธิบายอะไรกับผมไหมผมไม่ต้องการให้อะไรแบบนี้มันเกิดขึ้นอีก
ฉันว่าพวกเรารีบไปกันก่อนเถอะแล้วพวกเราจะเชื่อได้ยังไงว่าคุณไม่ใช่ตัวบ้านั่นน่ะตัวอะไรนี่พวกคุณพูดถึงเรื่องอะไรกัน
ตัวบ้าอะไรก็ไม่รู้ที่มันสามารถแฝงอยู่ในใครก็ได้อะแล้วพวกเราจะรู้ได้ไงว่าคุณไม่ได้เป็นคนทำอะแล้วรู้ได้ไงไม่ใช่พ่อมึงหรือลีน่า
แล้วจะรู้ได้ยังไงว่าไม่ใช่คุณอ่ะ
หนูได้ยินเสียงมันไอเหมือนที่พี่เฟรมไออ่ะ
นี่โรงแรมกูจะจัดการยังไงก็เรื่องของกูมึงอย่าเสือก
นี่พวกคุณกำลังสร้างสถานการณ์ถ่ายอะไรกันอยู่หรือเปล่า
ใช่มีคนจ่ายเงินให้คุณมาดิสเครดิตโรงแรมผมหรือเปล่า คุณคือผู้ต้องสงสัยนะครับ
told you that'd make you feel creepy. Creepy Crawly is the name of the movie. It comes out in the middle of next month, but I'll give you a copy beforehand. All you need to do is send me your name, a return address. I will drop it into the U.S. mail for you, and you can add it to your home video collection. You're very welcome. Hey, let's get to some reviews. You know, when this movie was first announced and there was a team-up, the team-up being Jackie Chan and John Cena, there was an awful lot of buzz about this teaming of these two. And I got to tell you that right from the get-go, they really hit it off on the set. Naturally, both of them have a rather rigid and rigorous exercise program that they do on a daily basis. And if you remember the stories coming out at the time, John Cena was really taken by the way that Jackie Chan was working out. In fact, it was after this movie, which is Hidden Strike, that John Cena completely revamped his workout routine and patterned it much more after Jackie Chan's, and that's why now he has that much more trimmed down and svelte look, even though he claims he has maintained and retained his power and his strength. So that would, and another interesting thing came out here. I guess in one of the interviews, John Cena went and mentioned Thailand as an independent country and got into an awful lot of hot water with the Chinese government for saying that. So he apologized, and he apologized in Cantonese, which is the native language down there and where they were filming the movie. And boy, somebody got hold of it. It went viral online, and they just blasted Cena for catering and kowtowing, if you will, to the CCP. So he came under an awful lot of heat for something like that. But considering that at the time they were filming in China, it might have been a smarter move than not. But in any event, he took an awful lot of heat about that. Nonetheless, the movie has gone through post-production, and they finally wrapped up. And I believe now it's available on one of the streaming services. It might be Netflix that he's available on. And, I got to tell you, it's not a bad movie. These two do work very well off of one another. But the action in this thing is really over the top. It's like if you were a fan of Hobbs and Shaw and the ridiculous action in that movie, then you're probably going to like this one too. Jackie Chan as Leo Feng is also known as the Dragon, and he is forced to team up with Chris Van Home, who is John Cena, and they need to stop Owen Paddock, who is played by Pilou Asbæk. He masterminds a scheme to pull off the largest oil heist in history along a road called the Highway of Death. So you know what they're coming up with. The whole film is written by Arish Amel, and it's directed by Scott Wall. There's plenty of action in this thing. Most of it is so ridiculous it'll mock credibility. But Chan and Cena do play well off of each other. So it's a movie that is ripe for popcorn and a few healthy chuckles.
Put your seatbelt on. Hey! Slow. And put in the hole.
It's a team of international criminals.
The biggest oil heist in history.
It's not personal. These guys are a little bit on edge.
You guys do nicknames? Bald Eagle. Tomb Raider. Full disclosure, there's a lot going on here.
I think they're going to shoot you.
Why?
Because the first time I see you, I wanted to shoot you. Sorry.
Shame you have to do this on your own.
I'm not alone. Hit it!
All right, and speaking of John Cena, he is back again with the crew and a few additions as well from Vacation Friends. Remember that one a few years back? Yes, there is a Vacation Friends 2. Vacation Friends was pretty much ignored when it first came out. Tell you the truth, I was one of the few critics in the world who found it funny and enjoyable. Now it's 2 years later, and Ron and Kylo, played by Cena and Meredith Hagner, are back and heading on another vacation with Emily and Marcus, played again by Yvonne Orji and Lorraine Howry. Added into the mix this time is Kayla's dad, Reese, who was played by Steve Buscemi. He's a really nice addition to this. You know, as a general rule, comedy sequels are really not as funny as the originals. The only exception I've found to this is the Pink Panther series with Peter Sellers. Actually, the fourth movie in that franchise is probably still the series' best. I still watch that when I need a good laugh. So Vacation Friends 2 follows the norm, and it's not quite as laughable as the first one was, but I got to admit it does have its moments. The surfing and the drinking sequences are the best ones in this. Cena's looking a bit gruff in this one. It's almost as if he couldn't quite find a look. Buscemi is playing a carbon copy of his character in the TV show Miracle Workers End Times. Vacation Friends 2 is written and directed by Clay Tarver, and like the first outing, it's predictable, but it still offers a few guffaws. I laugh mainly because there truly are so few adult comedies today.
I told you, I'm on vacation. While I'm on vacation, I'ma just float. Come here, Mr. Parker.
Marcus and Emily Parker, you have failed to notify your airline that you are registered sex offenders.
What? What the hell is wrong with you?
Look at us, all together again.
We just wanted to give you guys a real honeymoon.
Just found this crawling under our table.
He's crawling?
It's your first time!
He's a prodigy. He's amazing. What are they doing letting us in a place this nice?
How the hell did you get us in here?
You didn't tell them. They're gonna be long gone by the time I get into my birthday.
You must be Mr. Parker. Apologies for the change in schedule. Mr. Young, he's invited you for drinks. All of you.
Guys, I need you to be really cool. Can you do that for me?
Look who you're talking to. When have we ever not been cool? Literally just released from San Quentin.
I got you the best wedding present.
Why does this Coke not taste cokey?
Because it's your mom.
I just look at your mom.
It's really kind of beautiful if you think about it.
No! This is not how I picture things going at all.
It's cool, Marcus. It's cool. We floating, right?
We float.
Marcus, shooting at us! Let me down!
Get your hands off my wife! Sit you down.
Ever since he showed up, he turned this relaxing family vacation into total chaos.
Who does that? We have been through hell. Why don't we just go back? I knew it. Chicken.
There's only one thing left to do, surf.
I've never seen that much water come off a person before.
Did I throw up a lot?
Your butthole threw up, bud.
Some more spooky stuff. Hercule Poirot is back. Plus, we have a dip into our mailbag and a whole lot more when Outtakes with Rex Real continues right after this. You know, for a good number of years now, I've been telling you about the House of Haruza Barbershop and Cigar Lounge. And I've been telling you that if you want to style and profile and look your very best, Sam and his crew can help you at the House of Haruza Barbershop. They're located at the corner of South Park Road and Drake Road. Now, I've also been telling you that they have a unique line of products, and I finally decided that I got to show you one. Here it is right here. This stuff is absolutely amazing. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Professor, He's selling toothpaste? No, this is not toothpaste. This is an aftershave balm. Look, I'm wearing it now, and thankfully, the entire Outtakes with Rex Real crew is male. Because if there were any females, I would have to be fighting them off. That's how good this stuff really is. And you don't get any of that jasmine or lilac or any of that other fruity kind of stuff that they're trying to force on men nowadays. This thing, the scent is called Whiskey Bar, okay? So you know where we're coming. It smells great. It comes on great. This is a great way to have it. This is just one of the many fine products that Sam has at it. So not only can you go down there and have Sam fix you up and make you look good, you can carry the products with you out, and then you can, fix yourself up at home. How do you go wrong? You don't. It's the House of Fairuza Barbershop and Cigar Lounge, corner of South Park Road and Drake Road. Give Sam a call. You'll be glad that you did. Welcome back to the show. Back in the early 1800s, there was a young girl who was seeking sanctuary in a convent. This was the time of the plague, and as a result, the nuns were a bit skeptical, she would say, that this girl comes from nowhere and she's not infected, so she must be a witch, right? Of course. So they go ahead and they hang her as a witch, so her tormented soul haunts this land for centuries to come. Now, if I tell you that story, it sounds like the beginning of a really decent horror flick. Instead, The Hanged Girl is a mundane thriller about an overbearing sister, a hatred for Muslims, and drug overdoses. It's horror without horror. It stars Tal Hyman's Alec Snow, Tara J., and it is written and directed by J.D. Cohen. This movie is slow, and it never really delivers on its promise of terror. Cohen seems to be more intent on ridiculing the talents of Muslim doctors in this movie than he does of scaring you. Could it be that he had a bad experience in the hospital? Who knows?
Good to see you again.
Seriously, Aaron, we're going on holidays.
A week's time, we'll be married. 2 weeks after that, we'll be in England.
We've got to get on the road.
I see you guys are going to St. Joe's. Don't know if you've heard, some states haunted by human sacrifice. To the human sacrifice?
We've had paranormal investigators come through, and they all say that there's something there.
Do you really believe this place is haunted?
Okay, time for a little Biz Buzz, latest edition, some news behind the scenes to let you know what's going on. One of my favorite guitarists, Carlos Santana, has a new documentary about himself coming out. It's called Carlos. There's a unique title for you. But boy, did we get into some controversy just about 3 weeks before this film is due to open. In one of his concerts, Carlos made the statement that a woman is a woman and a man is a man. And wow, did the activists come out of the woodwork and really just kind of crucify him for this. I don't know if he wanted all this controversy just weeks before his documentary opens up. There's even talk going around about some of these activists planning to boycott the premiere and what have you. I don't know. It's kind of a crazy thing. Maybe it was a PR stunt, or maybe it was Carlos just talking out of turn and not taking time to think. Hey, I have another announcement here for you, and that is that pre-production has started on the movie Grind. Okay. This is the latest horror flick from Mark Cantu. Now, you may recall it wasn't too long ago that we did an exclusive interview with Mark and his star Brian Saponis for their movie Wolf Hollow. Okay, now in Grind, there's a bunch of students conducting a Grindhouse Film Festival, and then they discover a long-lost movie, and when it's unleashed, well, an ancient horror is unleashed with it. Now, the reason I bring all this up is because Mark is having casting calls. So, and this thing shoots in Pittsburgh. It's all, locally done, just like Wolf Hollow was. So right now he is looking for people to fill up roles and, extras and the whole 9 yards. So if you are interested, the casting calls are now underway. You can go onto the Facebook page for Grind. There's also a link on the Outtakes with Rex Real page that you can follow. And boy, if you are interested, by all means, give Mark a call, set up an audition for yourself. They're looking for an awful lot of parts. And, tell them that you found out about it on the show and that we sent you along. And I'm sure that'll all work well. And, I want to take this part of the Biz Buzz, and I kind of want to make a bridge and segue it over into our mailbag. I know you probably shouldn't connect those two, but the reason I want to do it is because Brian Saponis has actually sent in a letter. Thanks so much for the opportunity to come in and chat about Wolf Hollow and other fun stuff. I really enjoyed the interview, and the final production came out great and fast. Well, that's credit to the crew and Dave and everyone involved with it. It's an entertaining show, and everyone who has watched the episode has loved it. Take care, and we'll have to keep in touch. Yes, we will. Brian has a new movie coming out in November. It's about the Civil War, and we're going to see if we can talk to Brian about that and maybe show you some clips and what have you when that comes around. So a couple of overlapping there between news, BizBuzz news, and the mailbag. But like I said, casting call on now for Grind, and if you are looking to get into the movie business, there's your opportunity. Well, since I opened up the mailbag, let's go ahead and do this issue's a letter. And this comes from Drizilla9, all right? And Drizilla wrote, considering Sharknado, this is about I did a review of two movies together. It was Jurassic Shark 3 and Cocaine Shark. And I lumped those two movies together and did a review online for them. And he wrote, considering Sharknado is a thing, I think this is weird. There's this weird obsession with sharks in unrealistic situations. As a person from Kentucky, where Cocaine Bear is from, I don't get the whole obsession with animals on coke. Also, Shark Week in general attracts all kinds of energy and promotes so much ill information and bad shark content. You're a trooper for watching both in their entirety. I'm glad you appreciate that. They were difficult to sit through, both of those movies. I think I said so in the review. A lot of these movies, you have to understand, are made for tax write-offs. That's exactly why they're done. Perhaps an independent studio is making or made money on one movie, and they decide to go ahead and counter that at the end of the year with Uncle Sam with a movie that just totally flops. This way they can balance out the sheets a little bit better and have a little better profit margin. So, yeah, that really does happen. It happened a lot in Pittsburgh here with Howard Baldwin. You remember when the Penns first got into some trouble and it looked like they might leave the city, Howard Baldwin was one of the people that came in and bought out the Penns and owned it for a while. And it wasn't too long until Howard discovered that he could make some really cheesy movies for Cinemax at 2 a.m. that featured an awful lot of really beautiful beaches and places and scantily clad girls with very little plot, very little character, and he could write them all off And he actually finished out his career doing exactly that. So there you have it. We'll wrap that up as the Biz Buzz. And yes, movies are made like that. Some of them you get a gem, and they're worth watching. They're fun for whatever reason. Speaking of box office gold mines, nice segue, right? Kenneth Branagh has discovered a real box office gold mine when he resurrected Agatha Christie's Belgium detective Hercule Poirot. Branagh directs and stars in this third outing, which is called A Haunting in Venice. It's based on Christie's book Halloween Party. Now, in the two previous films, Branagh took a few liberties with the iconic detective. He plays this one a little closer to the original work, though it is technically a sequel to the last movie, Death on the Nile. Once again, Branagh assembles an all-star cast for this film. Michelle Yeoh is delightful as the scamming medium who may not be all of a scam. And Kelly Riley, who many of you know as Beth from the TV show Yellowstone, is hauntingly seductive, even as a mother who is grieving. And you know, Tina Fey is in this. I got to tell you, I've never liked Tina Fey, but she was very surprising in this movie as Adrienne Oliver, a character who is kind of mocking Christie herself. Branagh's previous two efforts were a little long in the tooth, but with this one, it's very comfortable in length and it moves quickly. This is good cinematography by Hans Zambarlukos and very good editing by Lucy Donaldson. Hey, this is a fun movie, and it's a very good whodunit, even if you've read the book. Definitely worth a look.
Something in this house tried to kill me.
Don't look at me like I'm suspect. We're old friends.
Every murderer is somebody's old friend.
No one shall leave until I find if the living have been killed by the dead.
You have been hiding here all this time.
Who are you talking to?
There were a plethora of movies in August. Let's go back now and peel back the veils of time. Back to the early Cretaceous period for the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Reel.
Summoning the spirit, one of the weirdest Bigfoot movies made. Another woman director strikes out in horror in Hollister. In its wake, spin on the Duke of Crows with a nasty puppet monster. A good action film is Man from Rome, surrounding a secret agency in the Vatican. Dr. Sevilla's Horror Show is a horror anthology well worth your viewing time.
Thank you, Rex. Don't forget, Rex Reel's complete merchandise line coming soon. Watch for the items on future episodes. That's all the time we have. Now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.